Welcome, my name is Zaya, and this practice was designed for Moof, who is an avid runner and has some foot pain when they run long distances. This is really common for runners. Generally, it's caused by a lot of tension in the lower leg because the muscles that control the ankle and the foot originate in the lower leg. And so in today's practice, we'll be doing movements that should support anybody who's running a lot in general, but also specifically focus on the lower leg and the feet as well. You'll want a ball. You can use a lacrosse ball, a tennis ball, a golf ball, your pet's, chew toy, or a can of beans if you don't have a ball. You'll want a block, and if you don't have a yoga block, just use a stack of books that are about 4 inches or so high. And you'll also want a strap, and if you don't have a yoga strap, you can just use the tie from your robe or a long scarf that's not too stretchy. As always, please modify this practice or skip things if they're not serving you. And if you're wanting a practice customized for you, please be in touch. Okay, let's get started. Let's begin laying down on our backs. You can bring your arms out to the sides and your feet wide, your knees together, and start to rock your knees side to side. And you'll notice with this twist that the legs stay far apart from each other. And this will help stretch out the inner thigh of the bottom leg and the outer thigh of the top leg. So let's stop with our knees to the right. We're going to try to soften through the right hip joint so that that whole thigh rests down onto the ground. And then push through the left knee. Reach the left arm up and back. And if you're wanting more of a stretch sensation through the left IT band and hip flexors, you can set your right foot on top of your left thigh. Now, if this causes any knee pain, then keep your foot on the floor. Big deep breath in. Full breath out. Let's come over to the other side. Taking a few breaths just to soften through the left hip joint, releasing that left thigh to the ground. And then pressing through the right knee. We'll take the left foot on top of the right thigh, reach the right arm back behind. Big deep breath in. And full breath out. Let's bring our knees up. Do a little rocking forward and back. And as you come to your sit bones, can you stall there for a moment? Try to find balance into either a half boat pose or a full boat pose, extending out through the legs. Take your right ankle in front of the left and forward fold over your legs. Feel free to rock side to side through your upper body, and perhaps you end up laying all the way down towards the floor. And take a big deep breath in, and full breath out, releasing a little deeper. And then go ahead and rise. And here we go again, those rolls forward and back. And next time you come forward, left ankle in front of the right. Good. Take a big deep breath in and a full breath out. Rise up. And we'll come to stand. You can grab a hold of your ball. And we'll start by massaging the bottoms of the feet. So begin with your right foot, heel on the ground, wrap the arch of your foot over the ball, and you can start to lean into the pressure. And then play with going side to side with your foot. Now, with all of the stretch and massage techniques that we will be doing in this practice, I want you to slow down a little bit so that you can really feel and track the sensation. And those points where you have intensity, notice if you start to sort of guard or pull back or harden your muscles, and just see if you can offer that some breath, some softening. And make sure that you get the entire bottom of your foot. And we'll just take one more round of breath, softening through the jaw. Good. And let's move to the other side. Part of the healing journey is discerning whether the intense sensation you're feeling is an indication to back off or if it's the sensation needed for healing. So a good indication that you are within the safe zone is that when you bring consciousness to your system, to your breath, that you can soften. You can soften your shoulders, you can soften your jaw, and sort of back away from the guarding. Another good indication is if the next day your symptoms are not worse. So after a good night's sleep and drinking lots of water, you wake up the next day with your symptoms at least the same or better. Okay. So if you need to spend more time in any one of these massage techniques or stretches, just pause the video. But for now, we will move on. You can put your ball aside and take a stand in mountain pose at the top of your mat. And go ahead and put your feet right underneath your hips. And look down, spreading your toes. And then placing your toes on the mat. From here, you can rock your weight forward into the balls of your feet and then back into the heels. And see if you can distribute your weight evenly between both feet, front and back. From here, we'll inhale, reach the arms overhead, open the chest. Exhale, spread the arms apart and forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Drop your head. Take a round of breath. See if there's something you can soften here. We'll step the left foot back. Take a deep breath in and reach the arms up. Lunge. Exhale, left knee comes down, elbows come out wide. And inhale, straighten out the back leg and reach the arms. One more time, exhale and reach up. This time, bring your left knee down to the ground. Take your hands to the front of your leg and tuck your tail round your spine. And as you do that, you should start to feel the front of your left hip stretch. Now, can you keep an echo of this shape as you reach the arms up, bend deeper into the right knee, and find a little bit of a chest opener here, lifting your heart space towards the ceiling. And this might turn into a deep bend in the right knee and a big back bend, up to you. Take a big deep breath in and exhale, set your hands down. Pick up your back knee and step your right foot back, plank pose. Take a big deep breath in and exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to bend the right knee really deeply. Try to straighten out the left leg and draw the heel towards the floor. Use your arms to push the floor away from you and lift your hips up and back a little bit more. Take a big deep breath in And exhale, switch sides. Both heels come up. Exhale, bring your knees to the ground. Walk your hands back and see about bringing weight onto your heels by sitting back. And if it feels comfortable, if it feels within reason, take your hands off the ground. You're going to try to hug your heels towards each other and spread your toes. It might be helpful to pull your pinky toes out to the sides. And then if you are having your seat back on the heels, imagine that there's just like a little ream of paper that's slid between your bottom and your heels, and you're going to push into your knees to lift your bottom up just slightly. So you're really activating through the legs. I'll take a big deep breath in and a full exhale out. Bring the hands to the ground. Reach up and back down dog. Take a big deep breath in, reaching the heels up. Exhale, bend the knees, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep fold. Reverse swan dive, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll sit back into chair pose, reach the arms forward. And then take your hands to the outer knees. Press the knees into the walls of your hands so you feel the outer legs fire up. And then from here, reach your arms back behind you. Pull your fists back, open your chest. Take a big deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Drop your head, lift your fists. And exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg comes back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend into your elbow, soften your back knee. Inhale, reach back through the left heel, lift through the fingertips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push back through the heel, up through the hands, and lower down all the way to the floor. Hands to the thigh. Tuck your tail, scoop through the low belly. Keep an echo of that action through the low back as you reach your arms up and explore deepening here if you wish. We'll take our hands to the ground. Pick up the left knee, step the right leg back. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, lower slowly all the way to the floor. Come to Sphinx pose, forearms to the ground, untuck the toes. Take right hands towards the left wrist, pick up the left foot, reach back and grab a hold of your foot, drawing your heel towards your outer hip. Now, two things here. One is that the left hip will want to stay up and the left shoulder will want to stay down. So we're going to try to bring the hip down and the shoulder back. And then press into your right elbow to draw your shoulder down your back. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale. One more breath. Exhale. Good. Let's switch sides. Left fingertips towards right wrist. Bend your right knee. Grab a hold of your foot. Heel towards bottom. Deep breath in. Full breath out. One more time. And exhale, release. Send your hands back, tuck your toes under. Take a deep breath in, straighten your legs. Exhale, firm your belly, push the floor away from you, plank pose. Deep breath in. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, heels go high. Exhale, bend your knees, hop or step, top of mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep fold. Reach to the sky. And take your hands to heart center. Grab a hold of your block and place it in front of your toes on any setting. So at whatever height you need here to comfortably reach your right hand down just below your chest. Your spine is long. Bend into your right knee deeply. Try to straighten your left leg and bring a little bit of your weight forward towards the balls of your feet. And then from here, draw your left shoulder back. Open your chest to the left, twisting. And take a big deep breath in. And exhale, switch sides. Right hand to the back of your pelvis, draw the shoulder back, and twist. Deep breath in. And exhale, back through center. Take the block away. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump back to chaturanga or take a step back through plank. And inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll inhale the right leg up towards the sky. Take the right thigh towards your belly and softly step your foot to the front of your mat. Bring your back knee to the ground. Heel toe your right foot more to the right. And then reach your right arm forward, up and back. Grab a hold of your left foot and hug heel towards your bottom. Release your back foot. Bring your hand to the inside of your right leg. Curl the back toes under, pick up your back knee, and quarter turn to the left for a wide-legged forward fold. Take a deep breath in to draw your chest forward, and then exhale, deep fold. Again, find the front of your feet, so shift your weight forward just a touch, and then press into the pinky edges of your feet. You'll feel the outer shins start to stretch. One more round of breath. And walk over to your right foot. Come into a lunge. Take a deep breath in, pressing through your right knee and back through your left heel. Open your chest. And then exhale, draw up and back, folding over the front leg. And inhale, draw forward. Exhale, draw back. One more time. And back. We're going to walk our hands forward, pick up our left leg, extend that leg back behind. Flex your left foot, fan your toes. Inhale, reach your chest forward. And on your exhale, left knee to the outside of your right ankle, take a seat and twist. Right hand goes back. Left arm either hugs your knee or take your elbow to the outside of the thigh. And take a big deep breath in. And exhale, untwist. Put your hands to the ground. Step your left foot straight back behind you. We're going to press into our arms and dome the upper back. Pick our right thigh up in towards our belly, heel towards our bottoms. And then lay your shin down towards the top of your mat with your right knee towards your right wrist and your ankle closer to your left. Pigeon pose. We'll walk our hands back, open the chest, take a big deep breath in. And exhale, fold forward. 3 deep breaths. All right, inhale. Come on up. We're going to come back into that plank with our right thigh into our belly. Tuck the toes under in the back. Pick up your right thigh. And then reach right leg back. Open right hip on top of left. Bend your knee. Some of you will stay here. Others will step the right foot down to the ground. Flip your dog. Press into your feet to lift your hips. Bring your right arm back behind you. Take a big deep breath in. Full exhale out. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's stretch the right leg back behind. Deep breath in. And exhale, set the right foot next to the left. Down dog. Other side. Inhale, reach your left leg up towards the sky. And exhale, bring your left thigh towards your belly and then step your left foot forward. Heel toe your left foot out wide. Bring your right knee down. We're going to step our right arm out to the side just a little bit to help make space to reach the left arm back. Grab a hold of the foot. Good. Release your right foot. Take your left hand to the ground inside of left foot. Pick up your right knee. We're going to quarter turn to the right for a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, deep fold. Again, pressing into the pinky edges of your feet. Lifting through the inner arches. And bringing your weight a little bit more forward. We'll take one more breath. Walk your hands over to your left leg. Bend into your left knee. Take a deep breath in as you push out through the right heel, forward through the front knee. And exhale, bring the hips up and back, fold forward over the front leg. 2 more times. And then bend your left knee, walk your hands forward, pick up your right leg, flex your foot, fan your toes, extend your heart forward, and then bend right knee to the outside of the left ankle, take a seat, the left arm sweeps back behind you, give a hug to your left thigh, or hook the elbow to the outside of the knee, twist. And unwind. Place your hands down to frame your front foot. Step your right foot back. And then push into the floor, round your upper back. Hug your left heel towards your bottom. And then set up for Pigeon Pose. Bringing your left shin to the ground. You can open your chest to start. And then drape your upper body over the front leg. And we'll take one more round of breath. Come up to your hands. Curl the back toes under. We're going to rewind. So come right back up into that plank pose with your thigh in towards your belly. And then reach your left leg back. Open left hip on top of right. Bend your knee. Stay here or flip your dog. Exhale, bring your left hand down, reach your left leg straight back. Inhale here. And exhale, left foot next to right. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, knees come down, untuck the toes. Spread the knees a little wider than your hips and draw your hips back towards your heels. Child's pose. All right, let's come up to a seat. And you'll grab a hold again of your ball and then also have your strap handy. And we can also have the block handy. Okay, so to start, let's massage tibialis anterior, which is this big, powerful muscle on the front of the shin. It's the muscle that's implicated in shin splints. So you'll find your tibia, which is your shin bone, and go, if we're on our right leg, we're going to go out to the right just a touch. So off to the side. And I'm holding my leg like this. My thumbs are bracing at the calf, and then my fingers strongly come around and apply pressure to the muscle. And then I'm going to do little circles with the pressure consistent. Good. And then you can just make your way down the shin this way. Now, what you'll find is if there's a tender point, you can hold it, pin it down, and then start to move your ankle in circles or play with your toes, and it'll do some interesting things. This is called pin and stretch in massage. We're just making our way down. And most of the action will be in the upper portion of the muscle. Okay, and let's do the other side. So find the shin bone and then go off to the left just a little bit. Strong fingers pushing in. Sometimes I strum across the muscle, sometimes the circles. And when you find a tender point, just play with moving your foot and ankle, and you'll get some interesting sensation that way. So after you complete this practice, I'm going to encourage you to drink a big glass of water, because all of this massage in the feet and the calves needs help being processed, and water is a really great helper. Okay, and then we are going to take our ball or our can or whatever we're using. You can also use a foam roller, and we're going to massage the back of the calf with the prop. Please don't put any pressure at the back of your knee, so just below the back of your knee. And you can go forward and back, or you can go side to side, or some combination of the two. You can add pressure by layering your legs on top of each other. And if you find an interesting place, see about moving your foot and your ankle, moving your toes. And let's switch sides. So I once had a massage client who had really bad plantar fasciitis, which is what typically is the cause of most foot pain in athletes. There can be other causes too, but plantar fasciitis is very common. And I spent an hour massaging their lower legs and specifically really focusing on the calf muscles, and their symptoms cleared. And that's not uncommon. A lot of our foot pain is due to lots of tension in our calves. So keeping up with this practice if you know you're prone to foot issues. Okay, good. You can take the ball away. We won't be using it for the rest of practice. And just give yourself a little bit of love here, down the legs, some squeezes into your arches. We're going to come to the floor for a couple of floor stretches before completing practice with a little bit of rest. So go ahead and lie down. Bring your block right underneath your hips. And we're going to stretch out the left leg and bring the right knee in towards the chest. And you can play with the angle of the right leg. Some folks find a lot more of a stretch if they bring their knee out to the side. Extend your left arm overhead and take a big deep breath in. Full breath out. 2 more. For this last one, can you reach really strongly out through the left toes? Step your feet to the floor and switch sides. So there's direct connection between the hip flexors and the deep diaphragm breathing muscle here. And so reach your right arm overhead. I like to take these big belly breaths here, not only because it's really good for the nervous system and releasing subconscious muscle guarding, but also because it helps to massage the upper fibers of the hip flexor muscle itself. One more breath. Good. And then step your feet down and just take a moment to pause here. If you'd like to turn this into an active bridge instead of supportive bridge, press into your feet and arms and lift your hips up. Another couple of breaths. Take your block away and slowly lower your spine and your pelvis back to the floor. We'll take the strap in our hands and wrap it around the bottom of the right foot. Extend the left leg out long. And what I'll have you do is find where the end of your stretch is, like where it really starts to, the sensation turns from intense to painful, and see if you can back off a little bit from there. So we want to tame the nervous system. Cue safety rather than threat. So we do that by just backing off and breathing deeply. And after a while, you might feel an opening happen where your leg just naturally sinks a little deeper into the stretch. Alternatively, your leg might start to shake a lot, and that's common too. It's not dangerous, just breathe through it. And take one more breath. And let's switch sides. So I find that these deep kinds of stretches and deep massages, that they can bring up a lot. There's a lot of sensation. You're coming into contact with all of this tension that you've built up in your body, and it can be a little discouraging. So my advice is to approach yourself with a lot of understanding and kindness, that you're an active person and this tension that you're coming into contact with is the result of living a life, right? That this isn't bad that you have tension, it just is. And over time, if you approach yourself with kindness and you come back to your practices of self-care, the tensions will begin to ease and fall away a little bit. Now just be patient. Okay, one more breath. Bend your left knee, take the strap away. We're going to end here with a twist and an option to straighten out the top leg for more of an IT band stretch. So take your arms out wide, bend your knees, and drop your knees over to the right. Soften your left shoulder and arm to the ground, and then optional here, straighten out through the left leg and grab a hold with your right hand. Roll your head to the left, 3 deep breaths. Bend your top leg, reach your right arm out to the side, pick your knees up, and let's move over to the other side. Reach your right leg into a straightened position, grab a hold somewhere along your leg with your left hand, and roll your head over to the right. And come back to center. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Grab a hold of your outer feet. Happy baby pose. Deep belly breath in. Full breath out. Deep breath in. And full breath out. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Arms out to the sides. Palms up. Take a few exhale breaths to release the weight of your body into the support of the floor. Soften the muscles of your face. Allow your legs to roll out naturally from the hip sockets, softening through the toes. Noticing if there's a part of you that's in a hurry to get to the next thing. And remind yourself that important work gets done in rest. Really honoring your body's innate ability to integrate and to heal in these resting moments, in these pauses. Feel free to stay longer if you feel complete for now. Reach your arms back behind you. Stretch your toes forward. Big full body stretch. Roll over to one side. Press into your hands to rise up. And you can take a moment here, placing your hands anywhere meaningful to you. to connect with your intention as you move into the next part of your day. And sealing our practice with gratitude for the lineages of teachers who've informed these practices, the modalities that we draw from here, and also for all of the ways that we have our health, that we have our ability to move and breathe. Thank you so much. Until next time.